Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel at VG Technic. So in this video I was contacted by an owner of an S8 with a V10 engine from America, and he was asking me after his sort of adventures with the mechanics in the US that if I'm capable to help him with his engine. Before I actually went and buy the engine, what will be in this video, we have long discussions what will be the best option to actually do, and also how we're going to proceed with all the work, because I don't just want to go to America to help someone and in the middle of the work we will find out that we have no parts or everything what we need is not available in the US, and we're just going to waste our time buying expensive flight tickets and stuff. So my opinion was at this situation to buy actually a second-hand engine, build it in the UK, like fully build it, send it on the pallet to the US, and the owner can install it by himself, or we can go there and try to help him to install the engine into the chassis. So the S8 what he owns is still in a running condition, which is fine, he can still use it, and the only reason why he wants to actually proceed with the work is that it's sort of a special car in the US and the V10 engine wasn't available in any other saloon vehicle afterwards. It was one of the highest specs at the time, and it becomes quite a rare car. When it comes to rare engine and rare cars, you know, it's quite hard to get the bits, and also all the parts are quite expensive. So before I found this engine on marketplace, which was probably the cheapest one you can buy, it was still in running condition. I seen it running from the video what the gentleman sent me before he actually removed it. I was digging around TPS, all the parts around Europe and the US to actually find what we need for it. I was quite shocked when it comes to all the prices for the bearings, piston rings, all the accessories around the engine, and especially he told me that the flaps were already removed from his intake manifold. So we literally were looking for the whole inlet, which was loads of fun. But primarily in this video I will be putting the V10 engine in my Audi Allroad S8, which is loads of fun, and then I'll talk you through in the video what's the plan with it, how we're gonna proceed it all, and how the engine actually looks like once it's gonna be stripped down. Yeah. You have 67.
Yeah. Car is 67.
Very bad feeling.
I did as soon as I see the car.
Yeah. Wish you told me this morning, but my experience talk against me. Okay, so
if you fetch the car back rather than, because if you roll something, you're not going to
okay,
stop.
just in case. So high.
Yeah, absolutely. Get the front end in and then.
Front end. More entertaining than Formula 1 Monaco Grand Prix. Definitely more going on. You need to go a tiny bit more higher. Okay, that will do. I do apologize.
In a bit there.
Isn't it too wide as well?
Should go there. You can turn it if you want it to. It's not all that.
No, it's too late to turn. Okay, let's try to go backwards, see what happens.
Yeah, it's low. At least come over.
Yeah, come over this way a bit now.
Loads.
Like that.
Okay.
In there.
Yeah.
We are good on this side. We are still very good. Stop. Like 2 centimeters higher if you can.
I'm going to put this
A bit
board
more. Okay.
in there.
No. But I want to leave it on over the bumper, so we just because we can't go too much in.
Up here.
Okay. Yeah. Try to go in.
And watch your glass and I won't put this up.
Okay. We're quite far away from the glass. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Stuck.
Watch it go down the ramp because you will watch, you won't stop it. It'll come back with a car touch.
Okay, I think we can go actually down.
Down, slide in.
Yeah. Just put it down now.
I'll be a minute.
Oh, if this will fit, fucking happy days.
You're taking it out and you know.
I don't worry about taking it out. I put it in sport mode and just full throttle it. Yeah, we can go slowly down. Down, down, down.
Yeah, she's gone down.
Okay. Okay, it will lie down on the.
Right,
on
so
the
take this bar up now.
Okay. How are we gonna take the bar off?
Just unlock the D-shackles.
I think we have to take off the supports.
Take these out, look.
Oh, yeah, take out that tail off the
Yeah, that's have to come off. Doesn't it?
Did you film it? No. Because nobody will believe me.
I had to film it. I wouldn't believe it.
I know. See, this is what they call the.
improvisation.
What else you gonna do on Sunday? Okay.
I'll move it stand up the way now.
Okay. Let's just slide it a bit this way if we can. Hold on.
Wait.
What's happening?
The carton. The
Don't
cupboard.
worry about it. That's
Okay.
meant to be fucked. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Can we unscrew this because
I
that
think I'll
look.
be alright because it's only...
No. Let's take it off. I don't want to fuck up the Alcantara, trust me. If it was a Passat, I'll be like, yeah, go on.
Should I put this on? Yes.
I think I can travel like this with an open spoiler.
Sunny day.
Ay.
It's not meant to be raining today.
Gonna pull me over in the first junction. Like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? What drugs you've been taking this Sunday?
Don't tell me it's in. Is it in?
The Passat I've got is lowered actually. You can't imagine how bad that is. That will be sitting on the floor. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
This is go straight forward and slide on this, isn't it?
Let me just put this hose underneath there so it doesn't get stuck. Okay, and let's try to. I've got no grip.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, stop. This cheeky pipe. Let me jump in the car and I'm gonna try to lift the back a bit so it will slide.
I'm a picture.
Actually. Hello, car.
Yeah. I'm going to take the rest of it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
Are we in or?
No, a bit more.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I'm going out, hold on. Because I've got no space left whatsoever. Good! That wasn't that bad, you know. So,
No, you pay now.
it's my problem now, eh?
No, you pay now.
Oh yeah, actually I gotta pay you. Let me always forget about it, man.
No,
That was interesting. Everyone who was in the unit didn't believe me that the engine will get in, but as you can tell, it is in, which is good. I was a bit of a, not pessimistic, I knew it will get in, but I forgot about the fact that the V10 is actually much higher with the inlet manifold than the V8, V6 because of the two flaps for the air filters and stuff. But that was taken off, the oil filter housing or the part of the filter housing was removed with the filter. So the engine is much lower now, and luckily it is in. It is very tight, left to right, yeah, and from the top as well. And we sound like a scrapman right now, but it is in. Everybody's happy. I really appreciate that the guys actually helped me out because it's Sunday. They couldn't tell me like, you know what, mate, it's not our problem. You can bring your car and it just can't fit in, and we can't help you. So thank you for helping me loading up the engine. And yeah, we bought the engine for 1,500 quid. I did see it running on the video. I've seen the intakes, it's very dirty and stuff, but that doesn't matter really because we're gonna strip it fully down and stuff, which is not an issue, and we have to do a full rebuild and so on and so on. mainly when we're gonna get back to the unit, which will be from Swansea, like probably 3-hour drive, we gotta take it definitely from the car because I don't want to have the back of the car leaning down and damaging the carpeting and stuff. And once the engine gonna be out, I talk you through what's the plan with it and why we actually bought the engine, so stay tuned. No, stari. So the engine is out of the vehicle, as you can tell, and it looks a bit dirty and disgusting. So we did try to actually clean it up before we start stripping it down. We did try a dry ice cleaning machine, which was from China, cheap, but we did give it a go. And as you can tell, there's not much of a difference. So I must say that it didn't clean up as I was expecting. The other thing is the air compressor is not really good enough. It doesn't have the air capacity and the pressure to actually create that much pressure to blast the dry ice over the engine. It will clean up like really heavy degrees and that. But overall, I did try it mainly here. And you can tell it is a bit cleaner, but obviously the valves are not clean as I was expecting they will be. So yeah, it is a good technology, I'm not saying, but we don't have a proper air compressor for it. The other thing is we did bought like 15 kilos of dry ice, which was delivered to us, and we used it probably in 30 minutes. So I'm not sure, but we will be definitely returning the dry ice machine. We did give it a go and didn't work out. It's a really good thing to have like newer cars, detail clean, like engine bays and stuff for heavy greasy engine from full of dirt and nobody knows what. It's probably something hard to do with it. But anyways, we didn't manage to clean it. So after we're gonna strip down everything, we have to clean up everything. And we have to start from the back of the engine. So the timing chain covers will be removed, the flywheel plate will be removed, and then we have to put it on the holder. So there's loads of accessories still, air compressor, brackets, power steering, water pump that'll be new, alternator, oil cooler, another bracket. So there's quite loads of things. On the other hand, the engine is pretty simple. Like I mentioned, there's not many things what can go actually wrong. And I think it was sort of good purchase. So the plan is we're gonna strip it down. While I'll be removing everything, I'll let you know like what we find, broken or not good. And of course, the main thing is when the cylinder heads will be removed if the bores and everything looks fine. So then we will make a decision what we're gonna do with the engine, because the plan is we wanna send it to America and it should go to Audi S8. So we have to make sure that the engine is built 100% and there will be nothing wrong mechanically. Of course, we will be sending all the accessories with the engine, and we have another engine which is in running condition in the car, so in case we need to do something we will have probably some spare parts. So that's the plan. Let's start from the rear of the engine and I'll keep you updated.
Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay, it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all.
Here we are guys, progress. So the timing chain covers were removed and as you can tell everything is in place, nothing is broken, which is good. On the other hand, when I was removing the coil packs, they are filled with oil, which is not really good, but we'll try to get it sorted somehow. The timing was in place, which is good again, and here we have to continue to disassemble the whole timing chain setup. Probably gonna take the cylinder heads off as well because it's quite a heavy engine, so I don't want to put the whole weight onto the engine holder. And yeah, we will continue then from underneath. Still plenty of things what needs to be taken off. So far it really reminds me a 4.2 BNS engine from RS4 B7, which was manufactured in the same sort of years, and I don't think the chain setup is the same, but that bracket is probably the same, that bracket is the same. I'm not sure about the chain's numbers, I can check them afterwards. But yeah, it's a very simple engine, I must say there's not many things there. So yeah, let's continue with the rest of it. I'm really hoping when you're gonna drop off the cylinder heads there won't be any surprises, because to do 10 liners it's quite costly and we don't want to do 10 liners, but we will see. So let's continue.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why
Okay
we
guys, so we
lose.
removed the cylinder head. 50% was success. Reason for 50% because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 injectors stuck in the head. We did apply WD-40, we did apply loads of other things, BG stuff. So I will still try to remove them. We can get genuine ones, which are quite expensive. We can get Hitachi replacement aftermarket, but I don't really want to be mixing a genuine with Hitachi used versus new, because it might not work. Actually, the values of the injector can be different, which might cause imbalance in the fueling to the cylinders, and it might cause a misfire. Lean, rich conditions, so ideally we will go with the used ones, or we have to get all 10 new. So that's the biggest fail so far. The heads, of course, condition used, but nothing serious. We'll be stripping all the valves down and stuff, so we'll be checking the play. Meanwhile, Mr. Block, nah, it's good. It's good. I'm happy with it. That is a result of my dry ice cleaning. That as well. There was a slightly open valve, so this is just like a wet carbon, easy washable, nothing to worry about. Of course, the block have signs that it was running before, but it seems to be fine. It seems to be fine. I don't see any critical damage, scratches or anything like that. This is normal wear and tear and wear. And yeah, the next step will be strip off whatever is around it still. Alternator, oil cooler, which looks like to me was replaced for some reason. And then we have to put it onto the engine holder over there. The other critical thing will be turn it around, obviously take the crank, check the bearings, oil pump condition and generally internals in there, and we will see what will be the condition. So still plenty of things to do, so let's continue.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so from let's save the injectors we come to let's save the cylinder heads. Reason for that is I managed to bust them out with a hammer. You can probably tell the oxidation here, how the injectors are sitting in the cylinder head. It was massive, and obviously with the puller what we've got, you can see I damaged the plastic by pulling it out. So unfortunately we end up with 5 damaged injectors. The cylinder heads, you can see where it was sitting. Yeah, so unfortunately it was full of oxidation and stuff. So it was absolute pain to remove them, but they're out, so we can continue. Okay guys, so if you're selling an engine, drain the oil out please before you're gonna take it out. It's always a good step to drain the oil, because then somebody like me will buy it thinking like it's drained out. And I was looking inside of the engine, couldn't see no oil, and this is how we end up with the fucking mess. Oil everywhere, everywhere, man.
The next day.
Okay guys, so here we are 3 days later. The oil wasn't drained, so most of it ended up on the floor. Luckily nobody gets harm, and yeah, the floor was quite slippery, and unfortunately lesson learned. We will have to check in if the oil is drained before we do anything, but I never seen anyone removing the engine from the vehicle like without draining the oil, because even if you're going to send it on the pallet, there shouldn't be no oil in the engine. Never mind, lesson learned. I will get new shoes, new trousers, all good. And we can finally continue with stripping the engine block down, take the pistons, crank, bottom of the block, and just continue checking all the components. Once everything will be stripped down, we will go back to the cylinder heads, take off the valves and check the play in the sleeves and stuff. So still things to do, so let's go. Okay guys, so we managed to get to the point when it's fully stripped down, and I must say this was an engine again which proves me I will never put a second-hand engine just straight into the vehicle just without doing major things like strip it fully down, because these engines are mostly on the end of the first cycle, maybe, let's say. The other thing is I have no idea what's the service history of the vehicle, so I don't want to put every single engine in the same box like it's not good, it's bad. But so far with experience what we've got is just prove us that the second-hand engine from the vehicles which been break are not in the best condition, let's be honest. And especially there's always something what can go wrong, nobody give you warranty, and you know the drill. Anyways, mainly this was bought from an S8 which was stripped down. The condition of it is what it is, I will show you, but mainly the internals, it didn't seize up or anything, but they are not in the condition that I would like to put it into the vehicle and drive it. It will probably go 10,000 meters, and that will be it. You will see why, so I'm going to show you all the internals now. So these are the cylinder heads, well, cylinder head number 1 and cylinder head number 2. So this is something what's doable without stripping the engine to a bare block, as you can see here. But unfortunately, the carbon buildup is quite heavy. This is probably one of the worst ones, and you can see how much carbon is just gets stuck onto the intake. So it's definitely affecting airflow, which is not good for a natural aspirated engine, let's be honest, because there's nothing what's pushing the air into the cylinders. So whatever flow you have, that efficient the engine will be. And if your flow is not good, your engine won't be efficient. Like I mentioned, we did try cleaning with dry ice, which you probably can tell. Where is it? Over there, that bit, you see that clean bit? That was clean. So, like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Obviously, our facility is not really good for it. The compressor is not making, I think, enough pressure, and it was a Chinese machine. So that's the other thing. And I must say the main reason why I wouldn't actually go for a dry ice cleaning as a business opportunity is that the dry ice is actually quite expensive to buy. And we did buy 12 kilos, which we use generally for cleaning, but you know, that's a next topic. Never mind. So Lots of people actually asking us how it is possible that we are able to put the engine back together. So if you're gonna keep it organized, which we try, but not all the time it will happen, you can put the engine back together without any issues. So this is all the bolts in a separate bags, plastic bags, and every bag has written what it is. So if you have a oil pump, you have bolts. If you have a bottom plate, you have bolts. So everything is in bags. We used to have these plastic containers, but they were not that good, obviously. They're not big enough sometimes. You can flip them, all the bits get mixed, and it's not good. So bin bags for me, 100% working. Let's start with the condition, what we stripped down. These are actually cylinder heads for a different car to go on, but this is camshaft just the condition, and let's agree that the oil quality wasn't the best, which I think the service history of the car was very poor, and there were loads of empty pages where a stamp for a service used to go, which looks like it's true, because even the oil was leaking into the coil packs and spark plugs. So obviously I think it wasn't through the rocker cover gasket, but it was from this gasket, which is looking like this. It's like fries from McDonald's, nice and crispy. So, well, that will be replaced anyways. I must say the condition of the top end and everything is good. I wouldn't complain. There are signs that the oil wasn't a good quality, but we're getting to the main thing, one of the main things, and that is the timing chains with guides. So if we will compare old chains with new, I don't think there will be any length differences between them, because we never had a strut chain really, unless it's a 3.2 VR6 engine. But we're getting into the plastics and guides and Audi. So unfortunately, over the years and temperature, you can see the plastic bending. What can happen? How it's not holding the shape. Oh, it actually fell off already. How it's not holding the shape. What can happen is when the chain will be rattling for any reason, because let's say the oil tension is not holding pressure, it can break. And when it's off, you will have a different length of the chain because there's no material in between it. And the oil tensioner will actually struggle to tension your chain, which will create the rattle. And of course, metal on metal is never a good idea. So minimum for a second-hand engine, I would definitely do timing chains. That's like absolute minimum what I would do. Next up, as I mentioned and you've seen, unfortunately, the injectors. So we managed to save 5 of them, which are here. The other 5, which I murdered with the hammer and the tool, are here. So I have to speak with Philip, the owner of the S8 we are building the engine for, like what he want me to do, because there's an option to get a Hitachi replacement, which I don't want to mix Hitachi with genuine because there might be a problem. So we have to go for all 10 of them, which will be over $1,000, or we have to risk it, take whatever is good and take his injectors out from the existing engine and hope that they will be all right to remove without damaging them, which is very questionable. Main thing, engine block, which is good, crankshaft, which is good, and I checked the block from here and there and I don't see any crack from anywhere, which is good. Also, I can't see no major scratches, dents, damage in the bore, which is good because nobody wants to do 10 liners. It's quite expensive, let's be honest. And also, you can see how much space is between the cylinders. You also need someone with the skill to do such thing as 10 liners without damaging the block. Crankshaft, of course, oil pump, everything. The oil which was there wasn't that bad. There was no metallic bits. All the conrods with pistons. These are the bearings which we removed. The best of bearings is on the table. I'll show you. And crankshaft. So you can probably tell, if you can tell, that the color of the crankshaft is changing. Reason for that is that this bit has something there which was polishing it or grinding it down, and that's why this yellow thing or the yellow line, there was definitely oil which was floating in between those two surfaces, which is a conrod bearing and a crankshaft, and that's why it's more yellowish. And the silver bit was not really oily no more, so that means there was something what was slowly but surely grinding it down. Rest of them are pretty much the same, so we have to take the crankshaft for polishing, balancing, cleaning. We gotta clean up everything, and let's hope it will be good. The engine spun, the crankshaft was spinning nice and freely, so that should be fine. Now we are moving to the problem why the engine will run for 10,000 meters and not more. So this is the bearing which is in the front, where's the crankshaft pulley for the alternator, and as you can see there is quite lots of material missing, and it's getting to dangerous area or danger zone, and I can also feel it with my finger that the coating is not there anymore. The biggest problem is, you probably can't see it, but see all these dots. I think this is how the material was peeling off, and that is where the friction was high because it wasn't floating on the actual oil, but this was grinding the crankshaft slowly. And what happened is, from the other side as well, this is the first bearing, but upper side, this is the lower side, is missing quite lots of material. The reason for that is they sit like this, so the reason why it's worn out like this, that the belt for the alternator is basically pushing the crank slowly towards that side, and that's why we have these spots. However, all that will get with the oil through the crankshaft, through the oil channel onto the crankshaft to the bearing for the conrod, and that will have some major destructive application onto the bearing. As you can probably see that this bearing is critically damaged. I think that is critical. Yeah, this was a matter of time, like I said, 10,000 meters, maybe less, until this will go very badly wrong. So we've seen this loads of time, especially on the CFSA engine code 4.2 RS4 RS5 between 2009 to 2014, I believe. And if you have a car which accidentally seized up for no reason, this might be the reason. Of course, the main problem is lack of service. You can probably tell the state of the pistons, the amount of carbon which is there is absolutely mental, and the whole engine just look a bit how it looks. But the oil ring, as you can tell, is full of carbon, which is definitely not good, which is saying that help me, it wasn't lubricating the pistons, it wasn't lubricating the valves on the block, and the other one is pretty much the same. So this is piston number 1, piston number 6, which was on the conrod in the front on the crank, and again, yeah, pretty much same damage, same scratches. So that's why I think that the engine wouldn't run very long, and somebody who will just buy it like a bargain 1500 quid engine, it will end up very soon, and you will wake up from your wet dreams and you'll be a very sad person again. So when it comes to the guides and valves, we still have the stump valve seals in there, and this is the play. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is the play of the exhaust valves, and that is the reason why most of the engines, well, these engines have oil consumption, because the stump valve seal is there to actually hold the oil from the cylinder head out of this place where is very high heat, and you can tell how much stuff is stuck on there. So all that needs to be clean off. Also the same problem with the stem valves is just a rubber seal actually with a small spring. Over the years it's just getting quite hard and is not sealing as much as it's used to. So the amount of carbon buildup on the valves is just massive, and again, if we put it in the inlet valves are much better. So there's not much play, almost none I would say, so I think we don't have to necessarily do the inlet ones, but definitely have to do the exhaust ones. When it comes to the springs and everything which is here, obviously they are used, and we will be putting new springs because this is the same part number as the one from the RS4s, which are common to break, like a normal coil spring on your suspension, and rest of the valves and locks. So yeah, it was definitely fun. This is actually a project what I'm doing for a guy in America, like I said. So he contacted me and he asked me like, look, I've got an S8 and can you help me and this and that. And I said, why not? Like I said, the engine reminds me an RS4 V10, which is pretty much simple engine. There's not many things. And it probably took me clear labor when the engine was on the table once we removed it from the car. 10 hours, let's say, to get it into this condition, which is not a lot. It took me 4 days on the end of the day because during the day I wasn't working on it 100%. And we have some other things to do as well. But mainly, yeah, I'm just doing it for material only because why not? And if you have something similar what you want to get done, why not? And anyways, even material is absolutely crazy. We will speak about the expenses to build a V10 engine, an old dinosaur, how much money do you actually need to do something like this, and time-wise, it's like, put it back together, bare engine is not a problem. If we'll be sending it to America, obviously, alternate air conditioning and stuff like that probably won't be included, for only reason to save up the weight to send such an engine on the pallet, because it's quite expensive to send something in America. And we will see how it goes. So step 1 was purchase the engine, which was probably the fun part. Step 2 was strip it down, which was probably the easiest thing. Now we have to check everything, clean up everything, get everything ready for assembly. We already did order a huge list of parts, bearings, piston rings, loads of gaskets, bolts. So it will be interesting. Like I said, it's not something difficult to do because the engines are pretty much the same. So we've done them before. It's not something very difficult to do. But we'll see how it goes. I'm really hoping it will go without any issues. All the gaskets what we need, we're not on back order, they are still available, which is very good. And we keep you updated. So this is where we are so far. Bids everywhere, like a typical engine murder when you're doing a rebuild. So it'll be quite fun to put it back together. But thank you for watching, guys. We have loads of work here, as you can tell. Loads of B9s, but they're not breaking down, it's just how they are. So if you're owning a B9, you don't have to be worried at all, it's happening. So there's loads of videos what needs to be edited and posted on YouTube, but as you can tell, you have to do the actual work first, edit the video, which is a different story, and then post it. So I will try to improve with all the videos, but it is time consuming. But thank you for watching again, and we will see in the next video, probably with this engine, different car, whatever we've got here. And take care for now. See ya.